Oh, things got awkwardly muted and unmuted. You know what time that means. It's live time! Don't mind me, just sipping out of my new water bottle I got. Don't know where. Oh, damn it, my camera's not working. Okay, I'm gonna fix this. You say hello and howdy to fam.
Hello and howdy.
Wow,
Oh, you hit something. You hit something.
What? What's going on?
Yeah, it's starting to buzz in the background.
It's starting to buzz in the background.
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah.
What the fuck could I have hit? Hold up.
It's gone now. Oh, no, there it is. Oh, wait. Well, I assume it's being fixed. So hello, guys.
I'm hoping it's fixed. Is this hello test?
Well, now you're very hollow and sound like you're far away.
Okay, how about now?
Okay, no, that's good.
I'm not sure what I hit, but I just unplugged and plugged everything to be safe. Like, started the stream. Cool. No problems for 2 days. I could take a computer to a fucking hotel in California and have less issues than sitting at home. I swear to God.
I don't know, man. So, I woke up today, and I'm
glad you did.
I know. I had a scratch in my nose, if you can see on the camera, and I don't know how or why. I think once upon a time I could blame my cats, but I don't know who to blame this time.
Well, you said you've been casually using Tinder. How's that been going?
I'm really confused how that jumped.
Oh, because if you don't have a cat sleeping with you, it would be a dude. Or girl, depending.
Oh, okay. That's a really confusing jump. Nope. It wasn't anyone. I do think it was the ghost.
Actually, I do want to make fun of you, but I've had this happen so many times where, like, I'll wake up with a cut on my arm, and I won't know fucking why. Like, there's no reason for it at all.
I guess at some point we must, like, scratch somewhere and use our nails accidentally when we're sleeping. I mean, that's what I'm going with.
Well, then why isn't my butt full of lacerations?
Because your butt is closed, so it doesn't hurt as much as a scratch as much.
All right. I'll concede this one to you.
Nailed it.
Okay, well, to explain what's going on today, maybe you guys weren't here last week when we did this for the first time. It's going to be top 4 qualifying to a second stage. It's very similar to the way IEM would do bracket qualifications. It's 2 stages into a playoffs. That playoffs awards somebody a 4-night hotel stay, B, up to $400 in travel costs to help get to DreamHack Atlanta, and then C, like a guaranteed spot at the tournament. So, yay! But we won't know who. We already have the first 4 eligible bachelors, eligible contestants from the first set of qualifiers, but tonight we're going to find out the other 4. Some pretty noteworthy candidates, though, as, again, we don't know the final bracket. We don't know who's actually been fully checked in or not. But looking in the the StarCraft 2 channel, I mean, I see Masa, I see Kelazur, PengWin showing up too, Ninja, Future has been showing some promise. Then, of course, our boy in mech, Hours, a.k.a. Hades. So quite a few. Oh, even herO. I don't know if that's which herO that is, though.
Probably the one that tried to play last time, which would be the
so,
Liquid herO.
Yeah, Liquid Revolution, whatever herO. Okay. But anyways, for those who don't know, we do have some good check-ins now, but at the time this was ready to go live, we didn't even have enough to fill a bracket. Kind of disappointing, to be honest, but everyone's here now. Can't complain. Just starts a little bit late, and apologies for that. But, oh yeah, my teas. I was just sipping on this awesome water bottle I got. This, it says StarCraft, but don't read the word underneath it. There you go, StarCraft. Actually, this water bottle's pretty neat. Have you used it yet?
No.
I took this thing walking with me. I hooked the carabiner on it. It was perfect. I like the whole don't have to tilt your head back. I know, like, straw technology is not new, guys. I've just never had a water bottle with a straw before.
Straw technology.
It was nice.
Yeah. That it is. I have my tumbler. So.
Oh, do you just post shitty stories and memes in it all day, or do you drink from it?
Tumblr is an amazing site, so Excuse you.
Sometimes I wish I was like a comedian with a tie and I could just like casually loosen it up as I tell bad jokes. Okay,
Gotcha.
looks like bracket should be ready to go any moment now. Still just waiting a second here on our admin. Good old dares. There's a match arena for this as well. You guys probably used the code if you were here last time, but just in case you weren't, the code is DREAM, DREAM. It'll add $1 to the prize pool. You can type !match arena in chat to get a link. And yeah, I'm just spamming refresh here, waiting to see if the brackets are final or not.
One day they will be. Oh wait, no, they are. They are final.
Oh, there we go.
So that
All
day
right.
is today.
So we could catch herO versus PengWin. PengWin's actually pretty good PvZ. At the same time, ours is kind of like my Meccan man from Europe. I don't know. What do you? I'll let you take your first pick.
herO versus PengWin. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. PengWin. Different from PengWin.
Oh yeah, how did the qualifiers go this morning after I left? The last 2 games you had.
Oh my
Gumio,
god, they're
Neeb.
so long. Oh my god.
Is this sarcasm or real? I don't actually know.
No, it's real. They actually took forever. Like Gumio and Neeb actually was done really quickly.
I was gonna say because I was in bed, and I saw it was like 2-1 or whatever.
No, he 3-0'd him.
Or
Really
2-0
quickly.
then? Whatever the score was. The point is like it was.
Well,
I think
anyways.
the 3rd game is my point.
Yeah, the 3rd game was like decently long, but it still ended up being a 3-0, so that wasn't that bad. But herO and PengWin took forever. He played like a mech. He played mech 3 times. And the first game was like 30 minutes long. Second game was like 20. Like it was just long games. And then a super epic last game, which is also like 30 minutes long. And PengWin ended up reverse sweeping herO. Which feels bad for herO, but they ended up perfecting the balance between Terran and Zerg for the bracket. So
Yeah, there's a lot of Zerg that got through yesterday.
yeah. Yeah, so I guess we'll just wait for the vetoes to be done.
And we'll get into it as quick as we can. I guess I haven't had to open up Twitch alerts in about a week and a half now, so let me go get that open too. Excuse me, Streamlabs, so I can go say hi to all your faces. Because we did have a couple people sub, but we're waiting to get going, and there we go. Foonly hits us up with the 33. Oh, that's a long time to sub. Month sub saying, oh, the matches I've seen on Base Trade. Neanderthal, I'm going to assume that's how you pronounce it. It was a brand new sub. Thank you for joining the team. PVT Wings, my man. Oh. Before I even read this message, I got to tell you, I'm so upset about Summoners War, but that's another story for another time, I guess. It says, hard to believe 16 months ago I did a thing. Yeah, you pressed a really sexy looking button. And then Chisina. That was a little bit before the stream went live, but brand new sub back there too. That's cool to see. And then just now Regeltus of all people. Someone has been stealing my time. I don't know where these years have gone. Yeah, well, with 36 months in that resub, I think we might be the culprits.
This isn't time stolen if you wanted it to happen anyway. But
okay. I'm just going to acknowledge that I didn't quite follow that. We'll move on.
well, you can't steal time, so I can't really retort to that.
So what if you steal a watch?
No, you're not stealing time. You're stealing a watch. That's obvious.
You know, actually, this reminds me of that old Chinese proverb about if you drop your watch in the toilet, you're going to have a shitty time.
I've never heard that before.
Oh, it's man who drops watch in toilet, bound to have shitty time.
I feel like that's not a real thing. I feel like that's like a comedian said it in like the late 80s and then it became a thing.
The late 80s. Such a specific time period for it.
I know, but whatever. That's what I believe.
Well, our admin is trying to get my attention, and I'm not sure to what endeavor.
I was gonna say chicken butt.
What's up, chicken butt? Hey, did you see the new herO announced for Heroes of the Storm, by the way?
I saw the Reddit thread. So,
oh,
yes.
What Reddit thread? Is there one on StarCraft, or is it on Heroes?
Yeah, there's one on StarCraft.
I don't know how good or bad it's going to be, but I love Stukov.
I know you do. I mean, I've been planning on, like, downloading Heart of the... Or, this one. Here's the Storm again, since they have all these new stuff, but I'm just never gonna do it. I'm always gonna get so close and never gonna do it. Although I was really proud of myself for not buying anything for the summer sale, so maybe I can spend it on Heroes of the Storm. The Steam summer sale, that is. Okay, I bought one thing, alright, but it was too good to pass up, guys.
What was the thing?
Shadows of Mordor for $5.
That game was so cool. I remember watching so many people stream it, and that's my problem. Like, I feel I wouldn't enjoy the game because I watched so many people stream it and like try and redo it like over and over. Like, I've seen the game to death. I don't know I would enjoy playing it, you know?
Yeah, I didn't see any of it, so... And I initially avoided it too because it was expensive, first of all, but then second of all, oh, I don't like Lord of the Rings. There we go. But then you get a Turtle Punch for the 12-month resub, and Enderthal for the 6-month resub.
Oh, that was
pronounced Neanderthal. Oh shit.
Yeah, and that was it said 1 month earlier, so I assumed it was a new sub, but I guess not. Question mark. Also, Twitch is freaking out on me. It keeps just going video unavailable, and then everything just goes back to normal, like it's haunted by a ghost or something.
Probably my ghost gets around.
Well, PengWin Whisper is saying they're doing vetoes, so it should be finished up here shortly. They are just best of 3s, guys. There's nothing really special about it tonight. Again, the bigger matches will come with not tomorrow, but next Thursday with the finals, the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's worth noting we're not casting anything tomorrow, but one of the casters is doing something tomorrow.
Are you flexing or trying to go?
No, that was me shitting a brick because I'm going to get absolutely wrecked in tomorrow's group.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I was actually so sad because I sat there and I said to myself, like, look, if there's one Zerg in my group, I guarantee I can at least show some fun games. But I hate TVT to the point where those who watch me stream StarCraft, when I do stream it, I just leave. I don't even play it out anymore. And TVP is not a strong point of mine either. Although, I will say some of the coaching is giving me a bit of confidence, and I'm able to beat players I couldn't before, but I don't think I'm going to be on. If I'm going to be honest, I don't think I'm taking on Todd or In Control anytime soon. I
really feel like TVP has the best opportunities to do something silly, though. I mean, just, you know, feed your inner Gumiho.
Yeah, well, gotta make do.
Whoa.
We got the brackets, or the map vetoes.
Alright, well, let me know him. I just looked at the Here's the Storm announcement for the Sukov. He looks really weird.
He looks very different. That's why I was going to bring it up. I forgot that's why we were talking about it. And I'm not super pleased with it, but at the same time, I'm not really looking at the face in game. You got the top-down view, you got the hat, the jacket, and if the voice is good, then I'm happy.
That's exactly what they said to each other when they were making him, you know, and they're like, they're not even going to see his face, don't worry about it, and they just have him unveil his face, and they're like, shit. Guys, come on.
Oh, by the way, apparently the second and third map is reversed of what I got. So it's the same maps, it's just the different order.
Okay, I'm trying to remember that.
Alright, so PengWin versus herO. Now, PengWin was actually tweeting earlier saying, don't these Koreans realize that, like, this is only like a blank of the cost? The thing is, $400 is still cheap enough that if you feel confident enough to come to the tournament, place highly in it, like, you'll get your money's worth. But yeah, we had this conversation with Lenok actually in the first set of qualifiers as well to make sure they understood that we're very happy to have Koreans come play in the tournament. It's going to be a pretty sizable prize pool, but A, I mean, it's bring your own computer, and B, the whole flight isn't covered. Just the hotel is covered fully, but the flight is up to $400. So folks globally coming in, you might have a $1,000 plane ticket. It's a little bit less than half.
Yeah, and that's probably what it's going to be. Looking at man flights. Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, like, PengWin just tweeted too, not just that, but that herO called him the real PengWin. Feels good.
We have a qualified player already through.
Sweet!
Both of Kelazur's opponents are no-shows. So he just goes directly into the round of 4. So everyone give a big round of applause to Kelazur for showing up. Keep in mind, he did not actually check in or sign up until after I had tweeted him. So I think Rifkin is the real hero here today. Rifkin's the real qualified one.
Okay, they went Western, so Nick. But that's good. I mean, he was gonna win anyways. Really. I think we saw Gerald in a series last time.
Root Kellizer, I'm making a tweet. Go on. Sorry.
But he wasn't. You know, I think Kellizer would have 2-0'd him. Yeah, pretty sure about that one. So. But now he doesn't. He literally doesn't have to play. It's a good thing that he signed up because he doesn't have to play. Feels good.
As a congrats to Root Kellizer on qualifying in record timing by simply showing up. Oh, so you remember this morning we were talking about the IEM hashtags?
Yes.
Did you know there's other ones like this now? Brands are actually like trademarking and taking control of hashtags.
Well, I figured that they were like I wouldn't imagine that IEM's the only one, but I don't know. Which ones are they?
Well, I don't know. There was a list linked and there was like several of them.
Okay. I don't know what they are.
Wow, I better get a thank you on Twitter, you fucker. No, you
Fudger.
butt.
There you go. A little bit nicer. We can finally start the game. It's on Defender's Landing, a bit of an odd choice for the first map.
Yeah, but does herO know what he's getting into with this? That's the only question I have going into this series. Because PengWin, it's funny. You take players like No Regret. They always talk, oh, he's just all later. What I get do. PengWin's a base trader. Now, I mean this through and through because hey, he started BaseTradeTV with me back in the day. What's up, PengWin? But secondly, every time we've seen him fight against Protoss players that are objectively better than him, he actually forces them to these really uncomfortable base trade scenarios that he seems to win more often than not. It's not a perfect strategy by him, but it works. So. See if that ends up happening here and now. Because this matchup has moved a little bit away from mutas and a lot more towards Hydralisks, but more on that as the game develops. You guys are watching the Road to DreamHack Atlanta. Make sure to get on over to Matcherino. God damn it, PengWin. Get on over to Matcherino. Type !Matcherino in chat just like this. And it'll link you to the page. When you get there, donate with the code DREAM. You'll add $1 to the prize pool. Won't cost you a thing. Helps these players pay their way to come play at Atlanta. But in the lower left side of the map, he is the green Zerg player from Systrom Gaming. It's PengWin.
In the top right, as the blue Protoss, it's herO. X Revolution, X Team Liquid. Currently not on a team, herO.
Just call him herO, I guess, at this point. That's
actually
really cool.
I mean, that is
like,
cool.
It would be
He's like, what if he got good and like retook his name type deal, but he still had the awesome name herO? Yeah.
Well, I remember we had talked to Bunny about this, right? Saying like he wanted to show match Liquid Bunny. Like Korean Bunny wanted to show match Liquid Bunny about naming rights. And it was kind of a joke thing, but I really wish we could have made it happen if we're going to be honest.
Yeah. I think at one point Bunny and Bunny were probably pretty evenly matched. I mean, the whole Europe to Korea things are going to be great, but I don't know if herO and herO are evenly matched. They're just such, wide. There's a big time difference from when they were both really popular.
Yeah, the one currently on Root is also just so good.
Way better now. Yeah. But this was not just an early pool. He uses money to build a hatchery in the main because I guess his drone was there, so power to him.
Problem is, though, it's not really about this hatchery. Oh my god. I didn't even see the second hatchery, but...
You know what's so funny is that this used to be kind of a... I don't know about the early pool as well, but, I do remember having this happen a lot on Heavy Rain.
Oh, like, gosh.
I forget which Zerg
that had
was
the
doing
really
it all the time.
Big main.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there was a Zerg that was actually doing this all the time. I think it might have been True, actually, back when he was on a green team.
This is why I said the hatchery might not matter so much. It's about these two pylons. PengWin's going to easily deal with the Zealots. If the pylons go down, there's no production, and the Mothership Core's got nothing overcharge, and this is just going to be a slow and steady loss from here. And what's going on with the scrolling today? Jeez, StarCraft.
The hatchery is like, yeah, you're right. It's not really the main point, but it is... I mean, if herO had pulled probes to help the Zealot, that might have been, well, obviously more helpful, but they are making sure that a hatchery can get up in the main base. It's like there was really not a very good option either way. Now that hatchery is going to get up, and this looks like it's going to be game, because, of course, there's just not any production now.
Of my opinion, you should need a cybernetics core to overcharge a pylon.
Well, I mean, that pylon was able to kill a pretty low hatchery, but that's still a lot of links.
Yeah, I tried to cancel the drone, too. That would have been nice if you could have gotten that out for another hatchery or something, but...
Yeah.
I think it's just too far gone at this point. The Mothership Core will eventually kill the Lings, but while these have been kind of chipping away at pylons, they're going to eventually kill the Cyber Core, Gateway, 2 Lings, 3 Lings down the main.
Yeah, he's going to try and rebuild.
It's so worth noting, though, PengWin is really far behind from his choice to do this, right? Like, he's on 11 drones. His natural base only just started. He really can't afford to lose these Lings, as silly as that sounds to say.
Yeah, this is a lot of cancels. This is a lot of, you know, just having to put down more structures for herO, and of course for him it's a lot of delay on that tech, whether it's a Stargate or just Warp Gate. It was a big deal. It's interesting that the game didn't just end right then and there. PengWin's gonna have to drone quite a bit more.
The Cyber Core was already rebuilt in the main, so losing that was not such a big deal. But still frustrating for sure. Warp Tech not going to be done for so long this game.
He's lost most of his Lings. Looks like the... Hey, there's a gateway now.
I feel so... This Adept has been lost in, like, transitional space for so long now.
Right? Like, it's got to be messed up.
Are warp-ins like hibernation? Like, you just wake up and warp in and not realize what happened while you were in the process of warping in? Or is it the agony is felt this whole time? Body ripped limb from limb in this nether, unable to complete.
You're just like, I think like you're only ripped limb from limb when the gateway dies. Like that's gonna be pretty painful. But if it's just stuck, you're probably just in the middle of like space, covered in some goo or something, like Galaxy Quest, and like, okay guys, if you could go ahead and let me finish, that'd be great.
That Adept, she's like, we need your help.
Yeah, exactly. Well, PengWin really wasn't able to spend his money, so he doesn't have a lot of Lings here, but there's just not a lot for herO to attack with, and even if that pylon finishes, it would have only been for an overcharge, not to warp in. It's still a little while away.
The Mothership Core is so low, too. Coming to overcharge this is so risky and borderline not worth it. I think it would reach 1 drone and maybe some of the hatchery.
Yeah.
Well, the Queen's out of position like this, too. Say goodnight.
I agree, though. It probably shouldn't have gotten anything except maybe a drone. Yeah. But that's, okay.
Got a Queen's ends up being worth it in a weird way. So Scrappy is a Scrappy does, and now both players have officially been kind of off, like, knocked off of what their plans would be for this game. And oh, PengWin, wait. Okay, mistakes being made here for sure, but my question here for the follow-up is, like, who's more uncomfortable in this situation? Is herO totally screwed and turned off by his build order and the gateway's being delayed and now the Stargate's coming down? Or is this PengWin in his comfort zone? Or is he not in his element? I mean, he just lost 2 queens for what should have been nothing.
It feels like he's out of his element. Not only did he miss micro his queens, but he also took a long time to use Pop's larva. I mean, time is kind of the essence. It's about who macros better beyond this weird opener, and I would say that herO is doing it so far, but PengWin's trying to get back up to where he should be.
What a strange game we found ourselves in.
Yeah, I really thought herO was a goner, but perseverance, stubbornness, no Ling speed, all those good things.
Yes. So some folks are tweeting about my comment regarding Kelazur qualifying through before the first game even got played today. And I mean, the thing is, that stuff scares me if we're going to just have a real talk moment, guys. I like doing stuff in Korea because even at its scarcest, you still have a lot of dedicated players. It's really difficult, and it's scary when you realize like, you're a content creator without players to create content with. Like, what can you really do if nobody's showing up to play? And that point, like, at some point, we have to ask ourselves, like, is StarCraft the game we want to stick with for it, right? I don't want to make anyone seem too bleak. We have no plans to swap out yet. We always have great talks when we see the people at Blizzard. There's no negativity here, but every time this happens, it gets noted, and it gets remembered, and it gets worries. It creates worries with me, at least, every single time.
Well, at least we have a pretty long game here. Longer game than expected. Defender's landing being short and an early pool. Thought it might be over in 2 minutes.
We also have the Hydralisk Den choice instead of the Mutalisks, which we've seen PengWin more preferable to do other type strategies in the past, but Meta being what it is. Won't even matter. There's so many adepts coming on in. Taps out.
Alrighty then.
Just a reminder that the whisper I sent you was map 3 is actually map 2 and vice versa. So I think it's Ascension Iron next.
Yep.
I guess before we do just scuttle past that though, PengWin was very close to getting out of hand with that game. Like herO taking care of not 1 but 2 hatcheries while simultaneously dealing with the lings. It wasn't clean. It wasn't phenomenal, but he did just barely what he needed to do. I do wonder like how much worse that could have been if PengWin's hatchery had finished, for example.
Yeah, his hatcheries finish, or he doesn't make the hatcheries at all. I mean, he still delays warp gates. He still kills kind of a couple of pylons, but instead he doesn't waste like 150, right? With the 2 cancels. I think it was just 2 cancels, as well as 2 drones that were, you know, running away, or 1 drone.
Yeah.
Anyway, but there definitely was just, I mean, you know, the start not working out, like not actually killing herO is pretty bad. Obviously, PengWin is very all in with it. But I think that it was also just, again, like the macro follow-up, there was more hiccups, it looked like, for PengWin than there was for herO. PengWin delayed on his, you know, queen, delayed his larva, and then when he finally had larva, he wasn't actually using it.
What?
What?
I reached into the mystery bag and someone put in an item that is proof that Rifkin is, now I know what that censored word is. I'm very upset right now.
Isn't a Villo?
He's not a Villo. What's up, Stacy? I see you in chat. What up, girl? Yeah, the gather bot, we've been talking with trying to get like the spam cut down. It is a little bit spammy, so we've disabled some commands like poker and beg, and I think it's helping a bit, but I always love getting that loot. However, one of the really top tier things you can do with a bot, if you're highly ranked and you've got the loot for, is you can add something to the mystery bag, and apparently someone added proof that I'm a vampire. But I don't know how they could have added that proof considering it doesn't fucking exist.
No comment.
Was it you?
I didn't do it. I don't know how to... Man, I don't know any commands. You kidding me?
Wow, methinks the lady doth protest too much.
I will put something in there one day.
We are at game number 2, spawning here in the lower right. It's going to be, once again, the green Zerg player from Sidestorm Gaming, PengWin.
In the top left is the blue Protoss. He is herO. Well, his name's spelled differently than whack whack, so you could use that for Korean PengWin, but for this one, he just, I mean, he's a peng that wins.
What is a peng, Zombie Grub? Is
Chinese
this
guy?
a peng? Oh, I can't ping on the minimap. Are you serious? Why not?
I thought you held up a pen.
Can you
I
not?
think it's close enough.
Hang on, DFT referee, can you ping?
Is it like alt on the minimap or something?
Alt G, Alt G.
No. I mean, it gives me the option and then doesn't actually do anything.
I'm actually super tilted. I can't ping.
I'm glad. Are you kidding me? Remember all those times where we had to get that one observer that decides like they need to notice that 2 drones went down?
You know what? I didn't mind when it was another duo cast. This is back of it. It is like 2 years ago, right? It was back in the day and you had other duo casters. There was some logic of at least, okay, you're pointing out what you were looking at, right? But when it was one guy, you would have Emil do it. Emil was guilty of this. He would just be solo casting and pinging the map. I'm like, dude, people can see your camera. They know what you're looking at. You don't need to ping.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Man, it's actually been a while since we've had people we don't know in lobbies, but occasionally that would happen. There's just a ton of casters trying to get in everywhere.
And nobody wants to cast it anymore.
Well, I would say that more just like, I think everyone's pretty recognizable, even the smaller casters. But anyways, and then you'd always be afraid that they would do something stupid. I mean, first of all, you would be afraid that they would be a troll caster and that they would start typing in the game. That was fun
I
times.
forgot about that era of StarCraft. People
Yeah,
join the lobbies with the spoof names, or they'd be listed as like WCS admin A and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. And then there was a time where people would just, you know, rapid join off of their friends, and that was super annoying too. And then you also just had casters that like would talk in all chat before it was only referee, or they would just, you know, like ping a dozen times, or just hold up the game because they have no idea what they're like. It just, it could be really annoying, but that was a long time ago.
Exactly.
I'd like to think I was never one of those annoying casters, but maybe I was back when I was a little babby.
Well, back in the day, you know what? There was a gender joke that I'm not gonna make and follow through with because I have grown up since then. Are you proud of me, Mom?
Wait, is the gender joke from back in the day, or are you saying that back in the day you would have made it?
Are you proud of me, Mom?
No.
The point is,
No.
I didn't say anything.
No, I'm not proud of you.
I was like in the middle of bringing it. Okay. Anyways, a couple of adepts get in, and this can certainly be annoying. But Ling's already on top of this. The 2 queens and the natural. PengWin doesn't let this get too out of hand. We've seen these 2 adepts go for so many kills too, as Zerg players who just can't keep up with them. But good splits and predictions.
Yep.
Although, I guess a prediction would still just be a prediction.
Prediction. Yeah. That's
Whoa.
redundant.
Whoa.
Yeah, so unfortunately, PengWin does deal with the adepts very well. 1 lives, and he made 2 spore crawlers, thinking that there was an oracle follow-up, and there wasn't. So really, those adepts still did more damage than just the numbers would tell. And you know, again, 1 adept did live. So I think PengWin at this point in time should recognize like the oracle should already be here. The phoenixes should already be killing an overlord. So it's not a Stargate, which does, of course, make you ask, like, what is it going to be? So Twilight Council, I think, is the most obvious second choice, besides the Stargates, although there are some robo-only builds that create, like, an immortal push. Those are old and weird, though. So we should just be expecting an adept attack.
2 things strike me. One is we got spoiled earlier this morning. We got to see Solar, we got to see Rogue, we got to see some really good Zergs play. But that's versus Terra, not versus Protoss. But I think the thing is they're all going to play the same, like no matter whether you're the top tier Zerg or whether you're lower rung North American player, there really is only one way to take on Protoss right now, regardless of their composition, and that's Lings, Banes, and Hydras. We saw PengWin reach out for the Hydras last game. The melee upgrades are not at all indicative so that he wouldn't do it. You still go for the melee over the range upgrade priority, and there's that Hydra stun coming down. So while he might not have had the best scouting information, that is kind of the nice thing, as stale and boring as it might be. You do have 1 build that works against pretty much everything a Protoss player will throw at you.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't off of 2 bases. The 3rd base even has some drones on it, so it's a little more standard of a Hydralisk play. But
nice timing on this. He should be able to get a cancel. Or a kill straight up. Whoa.
Yeah. herO not doing so well with the Adepts, and now with the Nexus, he really thought he could save it, which is just out of... I don't know why he would think that he could save it. And things are looking quite bad.
Maybe that's why he got kicked off all those teams. He didn't leave them. His ambition. He's like, you know what's better than Team Liquid? Team Revolution. After 2 years of retirement, that is.
Why did he? Didn't he retire? That's why he left Team Liquid. Otherwise, I don't see a reason not to be on Team Liquid. Because I'm pretty sure he left. I actually don't remember the announcement.
It might just be like a thing of pay. Like any pay is better than no pay. So you gotta give up your legacy team, get a couple of bucks, you know?
Oh, you think that he wasn't paying? They weren't paying him?
Well, I think you're a retired player in Team Liquid. Why would I pay you? Like.
Oh, but I meant like why did he retire? Like everyone can keep the Team Liquid name, but at some point, like you actually.
You know, it's funny because it wasn't until like he had actually quote unquote been retired for several months that I realized he was, because all the Koreans like retire, right? And then they just play casually only for like 2 months. It's more like taking a break. Like in Korea, they don't have a translation for the word break.
They don't?
Well, I'm just saying because that's what it feels like, right? They always make a big deal about retiring, and then they're back like a month or 2 later.
Friends must be very confusing for them. We were on a blank.
We were retired! Yes, I get it. What does that have to do with your relationship, Ross? It makes no sense. You stopped working, and so did she. What does this have to do with dating one another? You cheated on her. It's clear as day.
I like that theory a lot, actually. All right, PengWin is moving forward with not a bad army, really. The terrifying thing about herO is the force fields, so should be taken seriously, but there's also that Sim City to get through, and PengWin is going to wait another day. I mean, that was an attack that I really thought was going to have to do something. He was at only 45 drones when he pushed out with it, now getting to a higher number, but that wasn't, I don't think that's what he wanted from that push. And he is waiting on his mutas. Unfortunately, he would be a little supply blocked if he made them. So this attack's coming in with a warp prism that can warp an emergency stalkers, and PengWin is banking 1,000. This looks a little dangerous.
Even if he holds down that middle button, the problem is, yeah, a lot of them are going to be made out here. Heck, some of the eggs might even die. Immortals deal so much damage, right?
Well, if herO warps in only Adepts with the next round of warp-ins, he could be in a lot of trouble. If he warps in Stalkers, and that might just be enough with Guardian Shield and Sentries to take out 13 mutas.
I am wondering, like, for those who don't know, Sentries against low upgraded Mutalisks are actually not horrible units because of the way Guardian Shield interacts, but as we can see with some Focus Fire, they can take down the Mutas. It's just not going to be fast enough without some additional anti-air support. But this is the Mutas still popping off. I mean, he's lost 3 of them already.
Yeah, but for like 8 Sentries.
Yeah. Well, my point is, though, he might not actually have enough damage through the... Because Mutas aren't really big damage. Like, how do you deal with the Immortal on these Adepts? You chase down one side, lose your entire natural in the process.
Well, it feels like PengWin was, as usual, prepping for potential, if not base trade, desperate scenario, shall we say. Researching burrow this quickly, he could have burrowed his drones. They weren't being target fired, it was his hatchery, and that goes down.
Oh, that's kind of a cool idea, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was the hatchery, it wasn't the lair, it wasn't the spire. So PengWin is going to have that control with his mutas, because herO needs to, like, respond as soon as possible with Blink and +2, but he's got cannons.
Yeah, he's got cannons, he's going to have some overcharges. PengWin's going to find weak spots, though. This is... We kind of, like, started to hype him up in that first game, and it didn't go this way, but for PengWin, this is his comfort zone, I feel. For 2.5 years of casting him play professional StarCraft, it started with fighting against players like Night End, then taking on even bigger Korean names. Like, he can win these base trades. I'm not saying he will win this base trade or this game, but when he can force it out, he's pretty good.
Well, herO deals with the initial Muta Ball, question mark? I feel like he should, but his Stalkers are actually moving out. Okay, well, I thought they were going to go, like, responds. Blink was almost done, but he is moving across the middle of the map, and will this actually work? Does he have a Warp Prism?
No, I don't believe so. So it's just
this feels
it's just this push.
A little too desperate.
Yeah, Lings and Hydras on top of this, I feel like there's just not enough anti-air, not enough reliable anti-air at least. We got more Stalkers walking across the map, but throws the drones, so heeds the advice of Zombie Grub. Not that he can
Guardian Shield? I was talking about the Ling support really is what makes it killer. Even then, the mutas probably take on the Stalker number. It was still pretty low. I mean, at some point, Protosses always have that, like, F it button where they're like, well, mutas are just impossible to deal with, let's move out. That didn't really feel like a moment to F it. Like, he was losing his Stalkers in the main base, but I feel like if he just responded with the ones that he already had, he would have cleaned that up.
All things considered, though, PengWin's bled out so many drones. He's down to 22. herO's on a 4th base coming with 71 probes. Like, the Muta harass from earlier feels like it didn't even happen.
Yeah, that's a good point. herO might just still win. There's an Archon in the mix now, too, and these are upgraded units. 2-1, in fact. So PengWin would have to base trade, I think.
It's so nice being able to see those upgrades at all times. Not having rotate out randomly.
WCS. GG.
GG. herO will take the series 2-0. Whoa.
Whoa.
And, he'll move on to fight against either Jim Rising or Gideon. I don't know how to pronounce that, but we are casting all the qualification matches, which are, well, frankly, all that's left. So I'm going to guess we start with Masa versus Volts, top of the list.
Okay.
In the meantime, we'll go to our very first commercial break of the day. So thank you guys for joining us on the stream. Big shout-outs to 47ist, TSA Monk, and Arknog for throwing in your own hard-earned bucks towards the prize pool. But again, !Matcherino in chat. Use the coupon code DREAM. You'll add $1 to the prize pool for free. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.